with this situation, it's not that I didn't have no respect for Jasmine Crockett. It wasn't even about striking on Jasmine Crockett for me. And I want to also be clear is that I wasn't motivated by her taking AIPAC money because we don't really necessarily even know if she actually takes AIPAC money. We just know she has some soft landing AIPAC analysis and opinions and adjacency.
Okay.
With Wesley Bell, we know he is directly taking AIPAC money and a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we should consider what he's doing to be local election meddling. And that's the part that I want to expose at large, is that she just went through a situation that we can consider election meddling, right?
That's right.
And there's multiple ways to get different things done. And I think that as a person who is an intellectual voter that does lean left, meaning I probably would vote Democratic 99% of the time or independent, I'm insulted by what the party is doing to true Black progressives.
Speak on that. That's a very important point. I feel the same way.
There's these coups d'etats that are happening all over the country. What was the brother's name? Jamal Bryant?
Yeah.
Right? He didn't get the support he should have got from the party, right? And a lot of, like meathead dudes try to make it seem like I'm out here caping for a particular style of Black female candidate, which in reality, that's not even it for me. It's just I have a hardcore political line that I do represent. And for me, I enjoy being able to walk around my city because people know that I ain't drunk the Kool-Aid, I ain't took the needle in the arm, I ain't in the back of the room telling you one thing and then coming out here representing another.
Yeah.
So my peace and my my peace and my sanity are motivated by my political positions.
Yeah.
So the way we get involved in all of this with the situation is several folks from the community sent us videos of what appeared to be an endorsement of Wesley Bell. She said it wasn't an endorsement. She even said my videos was fake, you know what I'm saying? Or the videos was fake because they weren't just my videos. And that's the part where it was like, we're not gonna play a game of schematics with these people, man. Like, at the end of the day, we being nice about it. Y'all warmongers and approvers, y'all are approving of things that I don't approve of. So if we really wanna have a conversation, let's have it. But what you're not gonna do is just say my content was fake or the information that we've given the people in the community.
Right. Let's be honest about the information, have an honest strategy and tactics conversation about the best way to move forward, because there's a lot of issues we might agree with each other about, but there's also a lot of issues where you're gonna get some pushback from the community on.
And I think right now what's happening is folks are trying to assuage their sins through the abominations of Trump.
Okay.
So
yeah, like it's the easiest thing in the world to say Trump is bad, Trump is evil. Okay, but what else you got?
Yeah. So if I can assuage my sins through the abomination of Trump, if I can get y'all back to more of a liberal Obama centrist way of things, where you cool with going to work at Wendy's again, you cool, you 15, fight for 15, you getting your 15, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? You cool with regular life, you got a car, you great, you know what I mean? Like, you can pay your rent, gas is in your tank, mama got food, health, Obamacare, it's gone, but we got something like that again, right? People want to get back to that so badly that they'll cozy up to these devils a little bit harder than what we've seen in the past. And they also get to point at the jackass that's fucking everything up and go, well, I'm the only person on the hill fighting this bastard. You know what I mean?
Jackass is a great symbolic metaphor, because what's the symbol for the Democratic Party?
Voila.
Jackass.
Yeah. So it's not that I'm in the business of tearing down Black folks or even in the business of exposing shit, because I'm not. But what I am I'm in the business of protecting where I lay my head.
Yeah.
Right? And I consider where I fly back to every time we link to be my home. So y'all heard it in my raps. I'm the St. Louis Cuban Missile Defense System. They don't need nobody else long as I'm there. Because if I see some bullshit, if I interact with some bullshit, I'm gonna do my part to circumvent it. Now, that don't mean that I'm always right. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not standing up here saying with like super righteous intent that I'm always right. But I am saying that it's just not a place where you can come ball in the mud and think you're gonna get away with the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we're having this conversation on the podcast because we had a very intense private conversation with all of us when you came, first pulled up at Yellow Springs. Y'all had driven for 5 hours from St. Louis and we got into like an intense conversation about all this because we all care so much about Black people and we all care so much about the movement for Black lives and our liberation because our liberation, we are the moral compass for this country. Our liberation is going to be everybody's liberation.
The reason I'm so strongly against political Zionism also is in my city, and this is why I took so gross offense to her standing next to a pro-AIPAC candidate. In my city, Black men lead the death toll on both sides of gun violence by abnormal proportions compared to other large American cities. So that means civilian gun violence, we the #1 number by a very crazy amount of bodies. And then police state-sanctioned violence, we the #1 body. So there's no place of refuge for us, right? And then when you take the fact that the police in Missouri have developed relationships directly with Israel, where they're sending officers to Israel to train.
I learned about that when I got to Ferguson.
And they're learning how to surveil Black people with Israeli tactics and Israeli technology. I know a young man, well, I don't know him, but I stood in the streets for a young man named Von Derek Myers. He was killed by a rogue off-duty police officer who worked for the same private security firm that patrols the West Bank in Palestine. He was killed in St. Louis, Black boy, Southside St. Louis. The off-duty cop that killed him worked for the same damn security force that's patrolling in goddamn Gaza, nigga. So when people say, what do that got to do with y'all? It originally had nothing to do with us till y'all started killing us.
Y'all made it about
Now that you started killing us, you done woke up America's greatest nightmare, the educated street niggas. So now y'all want me to have some cooped about it. And I'm like, well, stop killing us first and maybe we could have a real conversation. But until y'all recognize the fact that we don't deserve to die just like the next person, I don't know how much chill I can have about it.
That's the problem with people who are progressive except for Palestine. And what Jasmine Crockett has exemplified, and I'm rooting for her, is that that's going to backfire on you. Even that type of politics even touches the roast. When you look at Shane Gillis, who I'm a fan of, people would expect me to not be a fan of his, but I am. You look at the jokes he did about Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler dealt with a lot of jokes about her being a whore and her sleeping with Black guys. And as a fan of comedy, I like the fact that she pushed back on some of that stuff. But the craziest thing he said Chelsea Handler's a Zionist, and he just let that hang in the air. And we're in an era where I never imagined us being this place. Every community that I rock with has a lot of people who are progressive except for Palestine. The Black community, the gay community. Chelsea Handler is from the Jewish community, man, that's an issue. You can't be progressive on everything, but then you're not able to see what's happening in Palestine as being very, very wrong, as it being a genocide, as it being apartheid.
Which side are you on? Get off the fence, son. Which side are you on? Get off the bench, son. Which side are you on?